You know, friends, I think it's fair to say that presidential holiday messages to the American people have become something of a national tradition. Well, did you see the Thanksgiving messages put out this year? One by the current president and one by the former president. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, as the Thanksgiving holiday weekend winds down, I just want to take a minute to do a short Justice Matters video. Let's call it A Tale of Two Presidents, or maybe more precisely, A Tale of Two Presidential Holiday Messages. The first from our current president, Joe Biden. This Thanksgiving, Jill and I spoke with members of our armed forces to offer our sincere gratitude for the sacrifices they make every day to protect our freedom. They're the best of us. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is a time-honored American tradition. This morning, Jill and I had the chance to call in and wish families tuning in a happy Thanksgiving. And a number of news outlets ran articles about Joe Biden calling into the Thanksgiving Day Parade, which was being emceed by Al Roker. This piece from The Hill. Headline, Biden in Thanksgiving message calls for unity above politics. Quote, stop the rancor. And that article begins, President Biden called into the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on Thursday, calling on Americans to come together and put unity above politics over the holiday weekend and beyond. This quote from President Biden, quote, on this Thanksgiving, Al Roker, we have come together. We can have different political views, but we have one view. The one view is that we're the finest, greatest nation in the world. We should focus on that. We should focus on dealing with our problems and being together and stop the rancor, he continued. We have to bring the nation together and treat each other with a little bit of decency. And I think that's where the vast majority of the American people are. Quote, we have to remind ourselves how blessed we are to live in the greatest nation on the face of the earth, Biden said earlier in his call with Roker. Today is about coming together, giving thanks for this country we call home. And then President Biden finished up with this simple post. From mine to yours, happy Thanksgiving, America. Now, let's turn to the holiday message from the former guy. Happy Thanksgiving to all, including the racist and incompetent Attorney General of New York State, Letitia Peekaboo James, who has let murder and violent crime flourish and businesses flee, the radical left Trump-hating judge, a psycho, Arthur Engoron, who criminally defrauded the state of New York and me by purposely valuing my assets at a tiny fraction of what they are really worth in order to convict me of fraud before even a trial or seeing any proof, and used his politically biased and corrupt campaign finance violator, Chief Clerk Allison Greenfield, to sit by his side on the bench and tell him what to do. And crooked Joe Biden, who has weaponized his Department of Injustice against his political opponent and allowed our country to go to hell. And all of the other radical left lunatics, communists, fascists, Marxists, Democrats, and rhinos who are seriously looking to destroy our country. Have no fear, however, we will win the presidential election of 2024 and make America great again. You know, friends, the person who posted that holiday message to the American people, doesn't deserve to be president of a cafeteria third grade lunch table, never mind president of the United States of America. But you know what we can do with that kind of language and that kind of conduct? We can take that indecency, that obscenity, that vulgarity from the former guy and let it inspire us. Inspire us to go to the polls next November in numbers too big to rig and too real to steal, because making sure this kind of indecency never again sees presidential power, like justice, matters. Friends, I hope you all had a great holiday weekend. Please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.
When the 82-year-old caretaker of a mobile home park in New Hampshire passed away earlier this year, the local community was surprised to find out that this man who lived incredibly frugally was actually a millionaire. In fact, he left a lot of that money behind for the local community, making him an American hero. Now, the real question is, will the local community squander this opportunity? We'll get to that in just a moment. His name is, or was, I should say, Jeffrey Holt. He lived in Hinsdale, New Hampshire, where he led a very simple life. Residents would see Holt around town in threadbare clothing, riding his lawnmower, headed to a convenience store, parked along the main road reading a newspaper, or